Hello friends, hi, this is Ganesh Nayak. Today we're going to be talking about the top 3 important chapters for your upcoming SCR exam, and I'll also talk about what this chapter contains. The first chapter, which is climate risk measurement and management. Now this chapter carries the highest weightage as it forms the foundation of how companies are creating models to measure and how the risk is actually managed at the ground level. In this chapter, the students are going to deep dive in the intricacies of climate risk, exploring how it can be unpredictable as a temptation to see. From physical risk that threaten operations like turbulent weather to transition risk that could make or break a company's financial stability. This chapter also talks about enterprise risk management, in which we're going to be talking about various facets like enterprise risk management connects, including governance, strategies, risk assessment, review, and disclosure, and how everything is connected to climate risk. The second chapter is sustainability and climate policy. Now, this chapter is significant because it provides context on international effort to address climate change and policies shaping sustainability. It also talks about the policy tools which governments are using to get a broader context on climate risk and finance. In this chapter, there is an international climate policy section where the focus is on how the climate policy is shaping. For example, United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Policy. And in this chapter, the students will also explore how the different participants are getting consensus on emission reduction and how the evolution of global climate agreement has happened. This chapter also talks about tools like carbon pricing, sector-specific policies like cap and trade, taxes. And in this, the students will get a good view of the sector-specific policies like renewable energy incentive, fuel efficiency standards, and emission regulation for automobiles. Over here, the focus is also on the role of financial supervision, which means that how central banks or the supervisor of the banks are also looking at financial institutions' ability to disclose climate-related risk in their operation. The third chapter, which is green and sustainable finance. While this chapter is not as extensive as the other two chapters, but this chapter focuses on sustainable weightage because it directly addresses the financial mechanism and instruments which directly drives the sustainability initiatives. And this chapter also talks about evolving financial landscape, focusing on the growth of the sustainable finance like green finance and climate finance, and also how this growth is impacting the financial sectors and public sector related initiatives. This chapter also talks about few financial instruments which are connected towards funding of climate related projects like green loan, sustainability linked loans. So as a student for the exam, you should be aware about the different types of instruments which are available, which are used by companies to finance their environmental and social projects. In this chapter also, the students will have to understand the ESG implication, which is environmental, social and governance, and how financial institutions and how investment management community is looking at it. Over here, the regulatory environment is also very important because the focus is on how we can make a sustainable finance market. Each of these chapters provide critical knowledge and skills for understanding and addressing the climate-related risk, sustainability challenges, and evolving landscape of green and sustainable finance. So these 3 chapters do not miss for your upcoming SCR exam. I give you best of luck, and if you like the channel, you subscribe to our channel also. Thank you.